Hey, Determined Destiny family. This is Coach Kevin. Hey, I don't typically do something like this on a Saturday evening, but I felt compelled to do this because I just read an article about brother Mario Addison's brother who was fatally shot in Alabama a few days ago. And my condolences go out to him and his family wholeheartedly. And it ripped at me for the last few days, and I felt compelled to just reach out and emphasize the importance of emotionally healthy young men and us creating in our young men that emotional stability that they must have in order to be successful in life. And so obviously, I've said before that I'm working on a new series of videos that is specifically targeting emotionally healthy actions within our young men. And this tragic event is the very reason why Determined Destiny was created, so that we can put our young men in better situations so that they are not subjected to the violence that is out there, and so that they are not the perpetrators or the victims of this kind of violence. So what I've been working on is really this. I've narrowed it down and crushed it into 8 video series. And the first one is to teach our young men to believe in themselves. And that is critical, because if they don't believe in themselves, then they don't really have a hope for the future. And I'm not talking about that superficial surface level, oh, I believe I can do anything type of belief in themselves. I'm talking about a deeper level belief in themselves, where they can look themselves in the eyes and look themselves in the mirror and say, I love you. I believe in you. You are going to be successful. You are going to do something that makes a difference in this world. And that's the kind of belief in them that I'm talking about. But that belief is not, it doesn't just stop at the belief of, I believe that I can be something and do something else. But in believing in myself, I have to understand that there's work that must be put into that. So, if you say you want to be a CEO of a company, you say you want to be a college athlete, you say you want to be a professional that is an entrepreneur that runs your own business, believing in yourself to do that is great. And that's the starting point. And you have to know and understand that part of it. But after that belief, you have to know that there's work that takes place in that process of believing in yourself. And if that work doesn't take place, then that belief is just a surface level belief. What I'm getting at is, when you start talking about destiny living and living on pace to reach your destiny, then it starts with the belief. Being able to say to yourself, I believe that I will accomplish great things. I believe that I will accomplish more in life. I believe that my destiny, my path, my future is more than where I am currently. And in doing that belief, you have to identify that. So let's break that down. And because it's college football season, and that's the thing that we're watching and we're all engaged in right now, who's number one. I'm just going to use this analogy because some of the guys that I mentor have walked that path and are currently walking that path. So I'm going to use that analogy. If you say you want to be a college athlete and you believe that, and you can look yourself in the mirror and say, I believe that I will be a college athlete. I will play college football. Okay, in believing that, the work that needs to take place for that to happen, obviously, is taking care of your grades in school and understanding, if I want to go to Alabama, if I want to go to Clemson, if I want to go to Oklahoma, if I want to go to UT, if I want to go to Texas A&M, if I want to go to Harvard, then I have to understand what the GPA requirements are for those particular schools. You've got to put in the work and gain the knowledge to understand what it takes to get there. Knowledge is power, and I've preached that so many times before. Knowledge is power, but not just the knowledge is power, but the activation of that knowledge is also part of the power. So if I know that I want to go to these schools, I got to know what the GPA requirements are for this school. I got to know what the SAT, ACT requirements are for those schools. I have to be an elite athlete to attend those schools. Those things require work. GPA requires work, homework, classwork, test. I got to be on top of my game. I got to know what I have to get a particular GPA. That's the work part of it. ACT, SAT scores. If I need a 1350 or whatever it is I need on that test, if I need a 1400, whatever it is I need on that test to get me there, I have to know that. Knowledge is power. And then the work that I got to put in to get that. How many study sessions do I have to sign up for in order to get that score? That's the work part of it. Not just knowing the score, but signing up for those study sessions that's going to help me get that score is the work part of it that I'm talking about. So as we get determined about our destiny, we've got to acquire knowledge. First, we got to believe. Then we got to start acquiring the knowledge. And then we got to activate that knowledge into something. So emotionally healthy young men have to believe in themselves. You have to be able to tell yourself, I can, I will be successful. Belief in yourself. A lot of our young men are growing up and they don't really believe that they're going to live past 18, 21, 25. They don't really believe that they're going to have a successful college career, successful professional career, or successfully run a business. They got to believe in themselves, y'all. That's part of our responsibility to help them do that. And Determined Destiny is going to help you do that. Help them get to that belief factor and the work factor that's involved in that. So we have the knowledge. We activate that knowledge. If I want to be a superior athlete, I got to get the GPA. I got to get the SAT, ACT scores, and I got to hit that weight room and that practice field like nobody else. And if I do those things consistently, what those things will do is help my belief. They will help me to believe and understand that when I get that call from Alabama, when I get that call from Clemson, when I get that call from Oklahoma, when I get that call from Texas A&M, I'm not surprised by that call because I was expecting that call. The way that I'm going to respond to that call is, what took you so long? My GPA is where it needs to be. My ACT score is where it needs to be. You've seen my 40 time. You've seen my bench time. You've seen the stats that I put up on the field. I've been expecting this call. That's the belief that emotionally healthy young men have to have in themselves. So then, even if I'm emotionally healthy and I experience some setbacks, those things don't destroy me. Because in my mind state and in my emotional stability, I know that I'm going to be able to overcome the adversities that I face. Y'all, there's so much more to this. And I don't want to take up a whole lot of time, but I felt compelled to put this out there because Determined Destiny is on a mission, y'all. And if you haven't, visit the website or subscribe to the YouTube channel, I'm telling you, your young man is going to miss out on something big. His opportunity to be successful in life. It lives and breathes within the Determined Destiny family. I'm Coach Kevin. I'm committed to this. I'm committed to our young men and making a difference in their lives. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Determined Destiny. Follow us on Facebook at Determined Destiny. And shoot me an email. Shoot me an email if that's what you want to do to reach out to me at ktizzy@gmail.com. I'm committed to your young man being the most successful and obtaining his destiny. Determined Destiny is committed to our young men today, and we're here to help. So come on this journey with us, and let's make a difference in our young men's lives. We believe in you. We believe in the work that we're doing, and we believe that we will make a difference. Thank you.